What's up everyone, and welcome back to Nashville for ReVolt. We're continuing on tonight with the first round of the CWR World Championship Tournament. Two more matches here for you tonight, and this first one is a one-on-one match. Introducing first, from Perry, Oklahoma, being accompanied to the ring by Zeb Coulter, he is your Patriot Champion, Jack Swagger. Patriot Championship is going to be an integral part of CWR going forward. That belt will be contested between the best in the world. Explain more as time goes on, but right now, probably the most patriotic man on the roster is your Patriot Champion. Tonight, he looks for an opportunity to go that one stage further and become CWR World Champion. And his opponent, Tyson Kidd. Kidd is here tonight to prove that he can make it as a single star. Despite what the world says, he can be the star that everyone wants him to be. Tonight's his chance to prove it. I mean, Tyson Kidd has had a good run in the past in my universe modes, but let's say the 16th season has not been good to Tyson Kidd so far. Tonight, he looks to rectify that against Jack Swagger. Anyway, while we wait for this match to begin, we'll explain a little bit more about the Patriot Championship Jack Swagger brought to the ring with him. In every single match, the Patriot Championship will be defended in, and it is an inter-brand title, like the CWR World title. It is inter-brand. Every single match must have at least one representative from two different countries when the title is contested. So therefore, in your one-on-one match with Jack Swagger as your champion, he is an American. You would have to face somebody from a foreign country, Tyson Kidd for example, or Canadian. And that's how the championship is going to be contested. It's about proving that you fight for your country. We'll wait to see when Swagger's first defense will be, but Tyson Kidd getting a win here tonight would not only advance him in the CWR World Tournament, but as a Canadian could potentially put him in line for the Patriot Championship as well. Also, watch out for the design of the belt, because if it changes hands, you might just quite like what happens to it. Now we kick off with this match. Jack Swagger has taken it to Tyson Kidd early on. Two very technically sound wrestlers in this match. Tyson Kidd certainly has the speed advantage. Swagger outpowers Tyson 100-fold. But they are both very technically sound wrestlers. Two of the absolute best. Nice swinging neckbreaker there by Jack Swagger. Tyson Kidd has been known to use that kind of neckbreaker in the past as a finishing maneuver. Jack Swagger really laying on the pressure here. Those knuckles to the temple are no small feat. They hurt. There's a swinging neckbreaker from Tyson Kidd. He's got one of his own, and he puts Swagger down with it. And here we go. The dissection begins from Tyson Kidd. He's not quick enough though. He's unable to follow up from it. And look at Jack Swagger. The speed of the 260-pounder. Just slipping in behind Tyson Kidd there. And that sounds as filthy as it probably is. But Jack Swagger has taken the advantage. Zeb Coulter clapping along out there. Zeb and Swagger have mended any fences that were broken before. They are happy to be out there together now. Nice stomp there from Jack Swagger. As I say, this is going to be very technical. These two men are going to try and dissect one another, take apart the limbs. You may see a few flashy moves such as whatever this is coming from Jack Swagger. That second rope arm drag is a particular favourite amongst the CWR roster. We've got to cover here anyway. Tyson Kidd able to kick at it too. He looks a little disorientated though. Jack Swagger is going to take advantage of that. And could see here Swagger slowing down the pace once again as he wrenches on the neck of Tyson Kidd. Which, to be fair, is very sensible. Tyson Kidd's neck problems are well documented. It's a weak point. Swagger was right to try and expose it, but nice throw there by Tyson. Swagger came in with a full head of steam, and Tyson had a counter. It's not a surprise. We all knew this was what was going to happen. Swagger back to the swinging net breaker. He goes in for a cover himself. Two there. Tyson Kidd once again able to kick out, but this match has been very, very close so far. And what a counter there by Kidd. Just rolls out the way, allowing Swagger to roll onto his own back, do himself some damage, but a big boot puts Kidd back down on the mat. Nice gutbuster there by Swagger as he starts to build some momentum. He can keep this up. He's got quite the chance right now. Remember, Swagger's power will come in handy, but he can't help but be just that little bit too cocky there. Tyson doesn't have an answer for it though, and Jack Swagger going to his strength now. That is his point over Tyson Kidd, mixing it up with a bit of technical. It was a bit dirty, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. Weakening that ankle in preparation for the Patriot lock. And Swagger, here he goes. Swagger bomb! Tyson takes it all. Tyson Kidd now thoroughly in trouble. 1, 2, 3. Swagger didn't even have to pull out his biggest gun to win that one there. Tyson Kidd just couldn't stand it. He couldn't hold a candle to Jack Swagger in the late part of that match. This is a great camera angle, isn't it? Just showing that deep arm drag there, like I say, favoured by many people so far. We saw it quite a few times in on Horizon this past Wednesday. Going back to the swing net breaker there, he used that move early on, and the damage seemed to be done this time because Tyson may have kicked out of this pinfall, but he just didn't recover from that. Swagger was able to get him into the corner, and as Zeb just brushes himself off, knowing full well his boy is not in trouble. The Swagger bomb connects, and I think for like maybe the first time ever, it actually pins someone. So Jack Swagger advances to the quarterfinals, the World Tournament match, and keeps the Patriot Championship alongside him. Question is, of course, who is he going to have to face next week? But I don't think he cares. He's feeling good right now. Jack Swagger is well on his way to being the top guy in CWR. Soaking in for just a minute. This final first round match in the CWR World Championship Tournament is a fatal four-way match. Introducing first from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing 265 pounds, Kevin Owens. Like I said, ReVolt was going to mix it up. It had too many stars to fit them into one-on-one matches, so we've gone fatal four-way to decide the last person to go through and the man that will face Jack Swagger next week. Kevin Owens, he feels damn good about it. The crowd don't know how to react to Kevin Owens. Half are in love with him, half hate his guts. What's new for KO? He doesn't care. He's here to fight for his prize, the World Heavyweight Championship. When it comes to titles, you can't not include the man. from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 218 pounds, Seth Rollins. And it's so good to hear that music. Seth Rollins makes his way down in the ring, confident as anything, and you can hear the crowd. They are all behind Seth Rollins right now. Rollins is the man to beat so far. Kevin Owens' support may have been divided, but not one person in that building is booing Seth Rollins. Well, there might have been a reaction for Rollins, but it just got that much bigger. As from Lucerne, Switzerland, weighing in at 235 pounds, Cesaro! The Swiss Superman is the third entrant in this fatal four-way match, and he has something to prove. More than anyone else in the world, the man that should have shattered the glass ceiling years ago is still here. He's still fighting. He's ready to make his impact here tonight on the way to CWR Money in the Bank. Winner of the World Title Tournament. How can this man not be considered? From St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. The Legend Killer, the Viper, slowly makes his way to the ring. Well, a little faster than he used to, I've got to give him that. And he has venom in his eyes, does Randy Orton. He sees three victims standing before him. They are a roadblock between him and the main event at Money in the Bank. So we go with our 4 competitors, and of course, 4 men means no disqualifications. And I believe is in fact a Extreme Rules match. No pinfalls, no pinfalls, that's a ridiculous thing. No disqualifications, no count outs. The pinfall must take place inside the ring. And Randy Orton and Kevin Owens take it right to the outside. I mean, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? A true feud between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. I'd pay to see it. Seth Rollins and Cesaro locking it up in the middle, and it's Rollins who's got the early advantage on the inside, and it's KO who has it on the outside. Well, 3 very young, very hungry guys in this match, and Randy Orton, a stalwart, a veteran, one of the all-time best. He's just adding to look. Adding to look? Yep. Looking to add one more championship to his already incredibly professional resume. Of course it's professional. He didn't do it amateurly. Anyway, Cesaro has turned the tables on Seth Rollins, but Kevin Owens is still in control of Randy Orton at this point. No weapons have come into play thus far. I imagine they will at some point. Right now we're just getting a wrestling class as Cesaro hits the backdrop and Kevin Owens delivers an impressive German suplex. It's a Russian leg sweep from Seth Rollins that pulls him back into the match as Kevin Owens continues to deliver the German suplexes to Randy Orton. This might as well be Suplex City here tonight because Randy Orton is going for that ride. Nice throw there by Cesaro back in the ring. Doing my best to keep track of all the action going on here tonight. Cesaro is the first one to travel under the apron. As he goes for the weapon, Kevin Owens gets involved. That was a bad time, if you ask me, from KO. And there's the strike. Owens pretty much no-selling, which I shouldn't be too surprised about. Never mind, he gets taken down from that one. Randy Orton gets back into the ring with a vengeance, chucking Cesaro over his shoulder. And now the Viper with the cane, and he could well be the most dangerous man to possess that weapon right now. He's just breaking it over the back of Cesaro as Kevin Owens has taken Seth Rollins outside. Look at Randy Orton with that cane. Relentless. Cesaro needed to do something, otherwise he was going to be broken in half by the end of this one. Orton goes whipping into the corner as Kevin Owens continues to deliver the punishment to Seth Rollins on the floor, but Seth has to be careful. Kevin Owens has to be careful, although yes, Seth as well. Because while they're outside of the ring, Cesaro or Randy Orton could sneak a victory away from the other. Nice backbreaker there by the Swiss Superman. And Kevin Owens is dominating, but there's the uppercut. There's the uppercut from Cesaro. Could this be it already? 1, 2, 3. He's done it. My God, Cesaro. Randy Orton did all the damage. Randy Orton had all of the damage done to him by Kevin Owens on the outside. There's multiple German suplexes, but as Cesaro was able to fight back from being battered with a kendo stick, he found an opening and he took it. And not unlike Bad News Barrett earlier tonight, he popped his opponent in the air and he drove the elbow home. Wow, the inside of the elbow in Cesaro's case, but all the same, Kevin Owens might have done all the work and he has a legitimate gripe right now, but it doesn't matter because it's Cesaro who's walking into the quarterfinals. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been ReVolt. Make sure you tune in Monday for Asylum, and the best way to do that, of course, is subscribe. Take care, and I will see you soon.